new on the come up. And to see y'all come up to this point, it's just like, I'm so proud to just see y'all and know y'all from when you just started getting in the game to now. So God is great.
Now, what you're seeing is the rap party that they throwing for the movie The Perfect Match. The movie that Diddy produced, put the money up for. The movie that was written by Terrence J. And he brought it up, and Diddy says, I like that. And Cassie was brought in as the money. You know, as part of her, Diddy's producing it. She's got to be the lead into the movie. She brought the money in. So that means Laura London, who was supposed to be the star of the movie, who has more acting experience, was now in the movie, but not as the lead. Very familiar trait what comes along with Cassie Ventura. Hit the like button, good people. Don't forget to hit the like button so they know you're not a bot. Now, we all remember the hotel incident, right? So we don't need to revisit that situation. But at this time, a lot of people, some of them don't really know that Cassie and Diddy are a couple. Are just now finding out, known but not publicized at the moment.
I know I'm kind of cool.
I mean, I like a badass guy, but I feel like the challenge of a guy that's shy is actually interesting too.
Now, they said she had to wear makeup to cover up a black eye and all this stuff that she had because she was hit during the hotel incident. This is hours after the hotel incident. She had to go do promotion for the movie. This is the very next day. Less than 24 hours after the incident, she's sitting down doing an interview for The Perfect Match. She had to do a couple of interviews this day. This whole day was full of interviews. So this tells a different story than what she's telling us.
Everyone wants a strange relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the movie, the character kind of like started doing gifts and stuff like that. Do you think it's kind of like breaking the rules a little bit, or like leaving her home?
I could see where you would feel that way. I totally do. I think that Eva, I think that the power in her character is that she listened.
Now, I'm not a makeup expert, but I can't see any bruising or any where they would put makeup on her face to cover up these bruises. There's no way you could look at this woman and say she was attacked. So, where's this swollen eye? Where is all this stuff at that they're saying? This is the very next day. The prosecution knows this too, and they are not using this as evidence or bringing this up. So where was all of this? Diddy never hits her in the face and hits her with his fist at all on that tape. If you watch the hotel incident, he grabs her by a hoodie, he pulls her down. He throws one kick, he misses. Then he steps on her thigh. Then he grabs her by her jacket and tries to pull her back to the room. And they stop, she get up, she goes and grabs the hotel phone, and he grabs her cell phone. He runs over there, grabs her cell phone out of her hands. He walks away. He sits down. She's going down the stairs. He grabs a vase and throws the vase against the wall and breaks the vase in the hall. That's the end of the incident. So how, you tell me, how did she get bruises on her face that they would claim that she was struck in the face and this, and then she just left. Where are the marks? You see how I told you about the lies they've been telling? So the own video that's public right now dispel all of these lies and say, oh, well, they put a lot of makeup on her. Okay. So makeup hides everything? You would be able to tell if somebody had makeup applied. They had to do a lot of press footage for this movie. Diddy spent a lot of money and put out a lot of money for red carpet tours, everything. So it wasn't just one scene with one person or one interview they sat down with. She sat down with countless people. That's because they don't want you to know it. And a lot of the things that they're saying, they want you to have a blind eye to. No one says Diddy didn't put hands on her. But for Diddy to go that extreme, knowing that there's a movie premiere that he really needs to work or be successful. Yeah, I went to the movies. I supported it. I didn't think the movie was that great, but I supported it. And now they brought in some expert who's never evaluated Cassie, never had a session with Cassie, come in and say that Cassie Ventura was trauma bounded. The trauma, she felt like she couldn't leave. She's trauma bounded. Okay. So you can just make that up and say that's the reason why. She's trauma bounded. When she created a lot of the trauma herself, Cassie Ventura wasn't contacted by these sex workers that's on this trial wasn't contacted by Sean Diddy Combs. Cassie Ventura brought him in. Absolutely. So I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable. Yeah, it's very unbelievable because when you get to the next stage of these events that you've seen that's been happening, as the makeup artist that worked with Cassie took the stand, all of these different events that was taken over, you started to see different out layers of it. Because again, oh, of course. She did so many media outlets. She has Paula Patton now she's interviewing with. It's the same day. All this day she's doing work. Paula Patton, everybody who's basically in the film, they're all sitting down and they're doing their interviews for the movie with starring Cassie, right? And then this guy is interviewing her in the chair, and she sits down and talks about the movie. And it seems like the same day, which it is the same day. So again, she's just sitting down with a different interviewer. And now, as she keeps going through different interviewers, you can see there is not a blemish on this woman's face. Why do they keep telling this lie? Hit the like button, y'all. I know y'all just got here. Please hit the like button up. Support the page because we got to get the truth out here to people. Even though they've been telling the truth and they want you to ignore the truth and just keep going on with propaganda and focus about, oh, what happened in the hotel incident was tragic. It's like, okay, well, you're in the wrong court. This is a federal court. Mm-hmm. Yes. So she went to Entertainment Tonight back in 2016, right? The day after the incident. Same outfit, same day, doing press. Look what she's wearing. Same outfit. Now she's doing press for television. Look, where do you see anything that would resemble and there they go. They want to work in old hotel incident. Mm-hmm. That's the point. They want you to focus on her and to focus on the hotel incident. They want you to focus on Diddy with the towel and this husband who's supposed to be the hero in this situation, who saved Cassie. And she's happy now because she has her children with the man she now loves. Well, according to the testimony, you said he came to your house and R-worded you on your living room floor. But then you consensually slept with this man a month later. And in your testimony, you did that while still dating the guy that you're married to now. Embarrassing as it is. Now, we haven't even gotten to the grease yet. Oh, we're going to get to the grease. I'm just giving people what's actually happened in the trial. Testimony that absolutely happens in the trial. Now, the reason that Cassie did this, meaning that the reason she took oh yeah, she took the opportunity to go and do it. The reason she did it is because Terrence's story fits her character. She wouldn't have played that. She wants an open relationship. She likes it, no interruptions, nothing. So she appeared on the news to promote it. Remember I told you that? They don't show you this.
Relationships. Could be the best call we ever had in our life. Take us on the back. You date a woman.
I want to try something new.
No expectations.
No experience.
For the first time, I actually allowed my
Cassie, welcome to Good Day New York.
Thank you.
So I heard you kind of turned the tables on the guys in this movie. I like the whole premise of this.
Yes, it's a little bit of a switch up, a total energy change.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what was happening in that trailer. So set it up. Well, big picture. The perfect match is.
I'm gonna set it up for you. So Charlie Mack is this player. He doesn't fall in love. He doesn't take advantage of women. He definitely has his time with them, and then he kind of leaves them aside.
He won't commit.
He won't commit, and he goes through a lot of women and makes that very clear in the beginning of the movie. And Eva my character overhears a bet that he has with his friends to see if he can stay faithful to one girl until his friend's wedding. She overhears it and takes advantage of the opportunity to have a casual relationship, which is kind of unheard of for a girl in a movie. So.
What does she do that gets under his skin?
I can't say. That would be giving away too much. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta see it tomorrow.
And it's a great cast, by the way.
It is a great
Who
cast.
else is in the?
Terrence J,
Right.
Paula Patton, Lauren London, Donald Faison, Rob Riley, and Dasha Blanco. Hope I didn't forget anybody.
Paul Pat.
Now, as you can see, this is the morning before they do the actual release of the movie. So this is that Thursday. So now we're at a day and a half. Now, this is How to Be a Player, the remix, right? So now this is the remix to How to Be a Player. That's all this is. So Terrence J talking about, he wrote this and all that. He saw How to Be a Player and just said, how do I make it again? What's up, J-Dog? Now look. Let me put this on so you can hear it and understand.
Yes. Robin Thicke Sex.
She's terrific. Well, congratulations.
Do we have a clip of the movie?
Yeah.
Yes, let's watch.
Not sure that you're my type, Charlie.
I don't want
I
to.
want to try something that.
Right?
You know what? I think that he wants Eva thinks that she wants a casual relationship and that he wants the same thing, so that maybe they would work out, or that would work out.
So let me ask you, in the movie you have, I guess, some very intimate scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm wondering about the boyfriend, Diddy. Whether he came to the set to make sure everything was copacetic with you.
No, he actually really trusted the situation. Him and Terrence spoke beforehand.
Wait. You date P. Diddy?
Oh, wow.
I did not know this. Yeah. Hold the phone.
I typically don't talk about my private life.
Well, forgive me, they put it on the television.
They put it on the television.
Yeah, so I would go like, really, it's your
I'll let
business.
that one go.
So, all right.
Wait, she was telling a story that.
So Terrence was a bit nervous, and I told Puff about it, and he said, have him give me a call. So we FaceTimed, and they had their man talk, and he said, make it believable. You guys, this is like going to be a great movie for you, and he's proud of us at the end of the day.
Oh, the actor talked to Puff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you call him Puff.
Yeah, Puff, Sean.
Yeah.
I think everybody has their different names.
Well, he seems like a good guy. I met him once when he was selling Ciroc vodka.
Yes.
He brought a big jug.
He's a big mogul. By the way, Cassie comes from our area, Connecticut. Do you still have family there?
I do, in New London, Connecticut.
Oh, that's nice. You get a chance to see them while you're here?
Yeah, they came. We had a screening last night, and they came to it. It was really nice to be with them.
That's nice. All right.
So, as you can see, this is 2 days after the incident. And she's saying what a nice guy Diddy is. He's nice. She's promoting Diddy. They're not showing you this. Now, out of Cassie's own words, she's backing him up that Diddy had to call and make sure Terrence J was okay with actually doing scenes and all of this stuff because he was nervous about Puff. And so she was like, no, we had him call and he's great. This is 2 days after the hotel incident. She's back to praising Diddy, talking about how nice he is, everything. He's a nice guy. She loves, so now she got her movie coming out. She's up there talking about how nice he is. She's on the red carpet. Where's the force? Diddy's not there for any of this promotion. He shows up on the red carpet event. She had to do press by herself. Her, Paula Patton, and everyone else had to do press and do everything else. Diddy showed up and met her at the red carpet event. They showed up together for the red carpet. Well, what they call them people, cuckolds. Yeah, now that Diddy is confirmed to be one of those people, they like to sit there and watch their loved ones get destroyed. That's Diddy. It's the D, the D, the D, the I, the It's Diddy. Hold up, it's Diddy. Say what? So now, knowing that it's Diddy, they love to say that. That's why. And you see the situation and how it turned around. You hear Cassie's own words tell you the situation. Oh, yes. It's definitely a huge, monumental moment. There will never be an instance where we don't tell it like it is. No one here is ever going to say Diddy was a great man. But how you say a guy's a great man that's whooping on your ass? This guy, he just wanted to get Diddy on the phone.
What the heck?
Let's do it later. Yes.
Yeah, all right, cool.
He wants to talk to Diddy now.
Yeah, they came. We had a screening last night, and they came to it. It was really nice to be with them.
That's nice. All right, you can catch Cassie, The Perfect Match, tomorrow in theaters everywhere.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you in
Nice
person.
to meet you as well. Thank you so much.
Say hello to Puff for us.
Yeah, text him and say we said hi. Can we FaceTime him? What the heck?
Let's do it later. Yes.
Yeah, all right, cool.
He's in California.
I always want to hang with them.
All right, there is a new restaurant in Bushwick getting a lot of buzz for its Colombian.
Now, they were loving the fact that Diddy was with Cassie. This guy just found out. Now his whole world opened up. Wow, come on. Because when you start to open up, right, and people start seeing the situation, so Cassie, right at the end of it, decided to talk about the breakup and the craziest places and all of these things she has done and all how hard this breakup was. They want you to think of Cassie as a victim.
Just the tip, Crystal Beam, Cassie Ventura. Just the tip, all tips on love, relationships, sex, and it's rare for me to get a female in here. Is it? Yeah. I mean,
This is what the prosecution don't want you to see.
And hearing from the guy's perspective is one thing, but I'm very excited to have you here. Obviously, we have the new music, Love a Loser.
We do.
So, I mean, I think that's a great way to start off. Loving a loser. We've all been there, I feel like.
We've all been there.
As women, unfortunately, we've all been there. It's something that we're probably all gonna have to go through. But for you, what is that process like, loving a loser and getting out of that?
Well, when I wrote the song, the lyrics are, I'd rather lose a lover than to love a loser. So I'd rather lose like the love of my life than to love a guy that's just whack. And I think the experience of getting over it is usually pretty quick and easy if you really don't think that he's right for you anyway. Just keep it moving.
It's not always that easy.
It's not always that easy.
Right.
But like if you were paying for everything for him, or you were taking care of him, or he just didn't have any drive, or
He's not stepping up.
he's not stepping up, you have to think about those things like in your future. I think that that's important. But
Have you ever gotten dumped?
have I ever gotten dumped?
Of course not.
Actually, no.
No, you've never gotten dumped.
No, I feel like in relationships and not, it was a mutual decision.
Right.
And if not, then it was like, I was like, that's done.
What was the hardest breakup you've ever had to do? How did you do it?
It was probably
Breakup tips from
breakup
Cassie.
tips. It was probably like my high school boyfriend, but we broke up after high school
Right.
because we moved away from each other. So it was difficult. We still loved each other.
Right,
but
we're separated.
so we were separated and it was never gonna really work out.
What are your top 3 go-to things for somebody trying to get over a breakup?
I think that you're allowed to wallow, like you're allowed to be sad, but then you need to get out of the house and you need to work out or do something active and hang out with your girlfriend. Sometimes you need visit like female energy, like physically, not physically, but you know,
You need to hang out
you
with
need to hang out with some estrogen just to get you back.
That's the difference of having the guys on just a tip, because they'll be like, go to the club, there's like girls out there.
With your girls, but go with your girls, get dressed up, feel good about yourself, look good, feel good.
Not for anyone.
Not for anyone, just
For
for you.
yourself.
Yeah.
I love that. So we have new music, morning music coming.
Morning music coming.
Is this all gonna be relationship?
It's relationship. It's, you know, I think that it's important to be, as an artist, relatable to other people, but to really tell your story so they can get to know who you really are. And this album in particular is really personal to me, so it's going to be interesting to see how people receive it.
Your relationship is all over the place. People try to get a piece of what they think they know. Is that hard for the relationship? Is it annoying?
It is, but you know, we've really been left alone in terms of just like the paparazzi or people going crazy. Like people really just like let us chill, which is nice. But it is hard when you're in the public eye, for sure.
Can it change things, or you guys just learn to, you know what?
I think you just learn to adapt to it after a while. Because if you have love for each other, then there's nothing that you can avoid that.
Okay, final question. Craziest place you've smashed?
Ooh. Craziest place ever. Okay, it wasn't like dirty, but it was at a club.
Which club?
And I'm not telling you.
Oh my god.
It was a very clean situation. I know that for sure.
What city was the club in?
Miami.
Miami Club.
Yeah.
11.
No.
Story.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know if the club exists anymore.
Oh my gosh. Okay, club life. Were there anyone watching?
No.
That would be fun.
It was a quick one.
Quick little one.
Yeah.
Quick little just a tip. Just a tip with Cassie Ventura.
So, the reason they don't want you to hear that is there were keywords used in there because she wrote a song that was basically talking about the breakup with P. Diddy. So it sounds like, right? And she's moved on. With her new man. And she was talking about well, quite the same, and and you got to do it this way, and you're paying for everything, and he's just not stepping up. Who you think she talking about? She definitely wasn't talking about Diddy. She was talking about her new man, because she's paying for everything. He's not the breadwinner. She's the breadwinner. Oh, absolutely. So if you see scenarios where you think you got it all like under control, you know what they mean? They when she was with that guy, she was the breadwinner. All of that guy's resources dried up. As I said before, all the resources went dead for that guy. Nobody's gonna hire a guy who's getting their wife smashed. Like, you just smashed the client's wife. That's bad for business. That's really bad for business. None of these guys are gonna want to stick around. Why would they? What benefit would it be for them to stick around and hire you when there's a chance you might try to sleep with their wife? That's why most of you're into the multi-millionaires letting you come in their home or be around their spouse, training their girlfriends, and you in there sleeping with them? Oh no, it's not tolerated. They don't want that type of energy around them. Why would you want that type of energy around you? That's counterproductive. Now, 2 days later, she's on the red carpet, right? They're promoting and having a premiere for the movie, The Perfect Match, from the hotel incident. It's 2 days later. Let's go to that. Let's go back. After the hotel incident, 2 days later, she's on the red carpet as if nothing has happened. All of the makeup that her makeup person said that she needed, we'll see that. Look, Russ is there with his white girlfriend. Now, we get to see Cassie. No marks. Yet again.
Oh, it's insane. I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm freaking out. I'm doing so much every day, like being in this different industry and, being on the movie set with everybody. I just sat there like a sponge and soaked it all up. And I think I'm still trying to do that like every day. But this is crazy. I don't know how they do this.
Did you ever discover something about yourself when doing all this kind of work?
I think I just discovered a different confidence in myself and growing up and becoming a woman, even though I'm a woman. But it's just really crazy, and I'm excited that this is the project that I got to do that on.
And how does this movie differentiate itself from other movies of its genre?
I think that once people
see it. I don't
So
want to give too much away, but the message behind it definitely.
everybody is all excited. Mm-hmm. Diddy stayed out of the fray. He said, let Cassie have her moment. Let her shine. He let her shine on her own. Didn't take the spotlight away from her and let it be about Cassie. Man, to you, the controlling man would have been right there over his shoulder in the interview, watching what they say, what they don't say. No. He let her go ahead. And this is 2 days after. So he let all of this be about Cassie and her moment. So is Cassie a really good person? See, you got to remember something. She first thought Carrie Morgan was sleeping with Diddy because of how cool they were. He knew Carrie Morgan for modeling and doing all this other stuff. So she, thought that Carrie Morgan, her roommate, her best friend that she's known all those years, might have been sleeping with Diddy. So the person that was jealous was Cassie. She's even admitted she was jealous of Kim Porter, who saw Cassie as a friend. Diddy was with Kim Porter at the time. Kim met her and was, hi, Cassie. She was with Ryan Leslie. They brought them all out. And you betrayed her. You went behind Kim Porter's back and was sleeping with Diddy the whole time and smiling in her face. When did women start getting behind women that does that? I've never seen that done. When do women start doing that, though? Have y'all ever seen that happen? I know I haven't. What about you? You know we're going live for the next game. Why you ask something like that? Who is that? Who? You said how much is who paying me? Who is Delay? I'm still waiting on the government to present some evidence that's worthy of this attention. So that's how you feel about the situation in general? Or you just saying that? Right, that's what I'm saying in general. I just have no clue as to, what it is you're doing. If there are going to be different outlooks on the situation, then yeah, absolutely. There's always going to be somebody with a different outlook on the situation altogether. But ask yourself this: which one makes the more sense to you now that you've been provided with all this information? Yeah, nobody is disputing the violence of Diddy against women, men. He didn't put his hands on men too. Now nobody gonna doubt that. Diddy has admitted that before they even started the trial. Like, Diddy will put a foot in somebody's ass. You know that. But this is not a domestic violence trial. It's not. Why did he pay her money then? If he didn't do nothing wrong, he settled because he's trying not to have his image destroyed. That's what he was settling for. He didn't want his image to be destroyed. So he's saying, hey, I'll pay you the money, this is that. When the government got involved and wanted to do that, then all of a sudden here comes CNN. Well, CNN just decided to buy the video from the hotel. A security video from 2016? Nah. They try to destroy your image in the public and then go from there to try to take everything you got from you. Yes. Well, if you keep going about doing things in the way that you're doing it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be out of luck. Yes, absolutely, because you're dealing with a what they call a high class situation. Yes, the fact that Diddy was not allowed to post bail and called him a flight risk when you let a guy who has 300 boys charging him with all these heinous crimes with Abercrombie and Fitch. He was home in 30 minutes. You haven't seen his mugshot. You just see him walking home after they arrested him. He's been chilling in his mansion. No news about him in the papers. And he's trying to claim mental insanity and trying to get the case thrown out. But him and his partners was doing this, getting down with these boys and promising them futures. For all of these acts that never came to fruition. So they felt like they were just being used to be turned into a toy boy. Oh yeah, when you got all of these different entities and different names and different everything, you got a different way of handling things. You know, you guys are gonna be painting the town red and all this stuff. Like, this is the way you want to go about doing things. That's fine. I never cared. My ideas for caring about something was out the window. If you think I'm that vested, you surely is mistaken. What you've just witnessed today and what you were seeing was the actual facts that Cassie was expressing in her music and in her songs that she put out, like her paying for everything. Like, that was starting to be a sticking point with her and then boyfriend. They weren't married yet. Her paying for everything. Now she's realizing she's paying for a man. You know, versus the other way around. She was the one that was being taken care of. She was the one being pampered. Now, for the first time, she is the one paying the bills. She's the one, you know, and he's taking care of the kids while mommy go out and do her job. So when her and Diddy wasn't together, the so-called weak Cassie, who was so scared of Diddy, was doing all of these things and taking charge of her life. It totally is opposite of everything you've heard. Now, we've seen her one day, we've seen her 2 days after the incident. Diddy is not around her, right? She's out doing press and everything. There's no scars or no bruising on her face from being punched and slapped in the face by Diddy. That's a miracle worker, somebody who can get all of that down in one day. She used makeup to cover up the black eye. It's like, really? You could tell. You could tell. We just watched that. That was either that's the best makeup person we've ever seen in our life, or there was no black eye. because he never, we watched the video, he never hit her in the face. He never actually hit her. Well, that's it. You know, when you look at these scenarios and situations, you start thinking to yourself, okay, I'm here, I'm in this situation, I don't understand where I'm going. Where are we going in this situation? What is it that I have to do? What is it that needs to be accomplished here? I don't know. No, they don't have the wherewithal to even go down that route. Nope. Absolutely not. If people don't have the means to go somewhere or do something, that's what they do, Carly. Exactly what they do. I beat Tina. She was on the stage the same night. What's your point? That's what I'm saying. My thing is, you would be able to tell. It's not saying that. It's saying that like she was scared, her confidence is broken, she's in fear. She didn't. She was doing that like it was another day at the park. You know who do that? So the argument of her being in fear to do things is shaken, because on the stand, she's saying she did it out of fear, and then she said, I did it to make him happy. So it's a contradiction. Which one is it? Because if you're doing something to make somebody happy, that's not coercion. I did it to make him happy. I didn't want to do it, but did you tell him you didn't want to do it? No, because he could be violent. It's like, well, what are you talking about? If you didn't want to do it, why are you suggesting it and bringing it up? You're texting him, I want to F. Damn, that's pretty blunt. That's pretty direct. Well, I began to enjoy the freak offs. I liked it. He introduced me to this world, and now I like it. Hey, Mikey, she likes it. Well, it's just when you get into these relationships with these people and they go to court, you can't fall victim to what the testimony of the person is, who the government is. You can't fall victim to that. She sounds so emotional. She cried on the stand. Forget all that. That's playing and pulling strings for sympathy. Okay? Nobody's here to attack her or go against what she said, because she was a victim of domestic violence. So is Diddy. Cassie hit him numerous of times. She's admitted to hitting Diddy before he even did anything to her. She punched him in the face. Does that sound like somebody who is fearful? Somebody who would punch someone in the face but she fears for her life. Diddy is going to get the Ike Turner treatment. And Cassie, she's no Tina Turner. She can't sing. She can't act. She can't dance. She just looks like, okay, well, she was cute. But now you're like 40. Cute is out the window. Now you're a girl that used to be cute. With 3 kids. You got $10 million from the hotel. You got $20 million from Diddy. And a husband who can't work and do anything. So now all he gonna do, and what you all gonna do, is you gonna pay the bills until that money burns out in about 5 years. In 5 to 6 years, your 30 million will burn out. You're gonna have nothing coming in. You're gonna try to do a book deal, movie deal, to stay relevant based off this, and you'll be forever looking over your shoulder. There will be no Paris week. There will be none of that. All of that is over for you. You're gonna play the victim route and support me and all of this. No. It's all done. Yes, he's a woman beater and she's a man beater, so that doesn't even sound right, right? A man beater, because you don't hear that when women put their hands on men. Like this new movie got Method Man getting beat up by his wife, and everybody's laughing and cheering when she does it. Method Man don't hit her once, and she's just hitting him, punching him right in the face. And every woman, that's right, girl, get him, whoop his butt. And that Shadow Force movie. It's okay and it's funny when a woman is beating on her man. That's the best I got. Do you realize I know more about this trial than any of you? Do you know that the so-called gun evidence they brought up got debunked? That evidence was moved around. People have taken pictures. They don't remember what box and what room that they got it out of. Do you know that? So the government can't tell you where they got that box from. They saying they got it out of Diddy's room, but the photographs don't show that. The officer on the stand couldn't tell you where the gun came from. He didn't know. It's like, did you collect the evidence? Who collected the boxes? See, Teeny, her job is evidence collecting. They have to take pictures of what they got from each room, and in different photos, things are missing. And certain boxes that they saying in certain rooms, it's not photographed. And if it's not photographed, it's not in that room. So they had a problem in collecting the evidence. So if you had a problem in collecting the evidence, this gun has no DNA of Sean Diddy Combs on it, but you're saying it was in his room. How you gonna charge him with it? Now, if they messed up collecting the evidence, and they strategically wanted to raid the house when they knew he wouldn't be home, they've admitted to that in court. That raid happened when Diddy wasn't at home because they didn't want him at the house while this happened. We strategically waited till the person wasn't at the house. We knew he was going to be somewhere else or not at home, and then we did the raid. So when they raided the Star Island home, they waited till Diddy, they knew he wasn't going to be on the premises. And you still don't think there's a red flag or anything weird about this. It's the federal government. This is the best at doing this, right? You have the best evidence collectors in the world. But yet they screw up this. You got a guy on the stand who knows nothing about what's going on. Why is he there? So y'all gonna figure out the truth when this thing gets down to it. Coming. So just get ready for it. Everybody got a reckoning, and their day is coming. There is no Rico, there is no Puerto Rico, there's none of it. It's a lot of invisible hands in this case. Told you about Jeffrey Richardson. Nobody else has mentioned him because he died in 2022. So they think, oh, well, he's dead. So ain't no thing. No, there's still people that's pro Jerry Richardson that don't like the fact Diddy tried to buy the Carolina Panthers. And he had a lot of pull in the NFL. And Wolford Academy, all of these people seem to be a part of. You gotta, and Jerry Richardson donated $150 million and got his statue outside of Wolford. And then they took his statue from outside of the football field in Carolina. He's the founder. Trust me, there's a lot going on you just don't know about. It's a lot. But I gotta roll. I'ma holler at y'all later. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDII TV Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. 78 Sports TV. Spitting Fire. And 10 Toes Down Podcast. Love that name. That's the perfect name. But I'm out. I'm going to holler at y'all during the Knicks game. Hopefully I'll see y'all there.